Today we're going to take a look at Anaheim Automation controller. This is the MBC25P11. So what I like about this is that we can pull it out of the box and we can hook it up to the 114ST pump and get it running right away. So let me show you what the important things you need to look for. So this is how it comes when you take it out of the box. You can see it's the MBC25P11, and one of the first things you should look for is the setting of this jumper right here. Just make sure it's in position 1 and 2, and what that does is it sets the control inputs high, which is what we're going to need. The next thing you need to look at is this potentiometer right here. This controls the maximum output current. So what I do is I just turn the thing all the way counterclockwise till it stops. That would be at the 0.5 maximum amp range, and just give it a turn about maybe about 90 degrees, and that'll give us what we need to run the ST or the 114ST. So let's get started. When you purchase this controller, you'll get you'll need to order 3 sets of wires. There's a 10-pin connection that goes on this side, which goes to the motor. There is a 9-pin connection down here that is for the control inputs and the 12 to 35 or 36 volt power supply. And then finally there's another control connection which is really geared towards CNC control, their stop motion, etc. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're not going to use this, so I'm going to set it aside. So first let's get the motor connected. This is the cable that comes with it. That's 10 connector. You will only need you only need 4 wires here. So what I did is I went ahead and took all of those extra wires out and left only the ones that I need. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that in here, and we'll take a look at the connection diagram. So here we go. P5 is what this whole connection area is referred to as, and what we have is in this motor here, it's referred to as it's a bipolar hybrid motor. There's only 4 leads coming out, and so this information came right out of the manual for this controller. But position number 1, which is this one right here, the brown wire, needs to connect to A, which is the black wire on the motor, so we have that one correct. The next one is the green wire. The green wire is from the motors right here, and that connects to position number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here, the purple wire. Let's see, the blue wire hooks to number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, blue to yellow. That's correct. And then the last one is the red wire right here. Okay, you can see the red wire is is connected to let's see, position number 9 right here. So there you go. One thing you want to make sure, I used wire nuts here. You can twist it together and tape it, whatever, but make sure these connections are secure, because if they are not, and you're running this motor and one of the connections comes loose, you could cause a problem with the controller. There's warnings in the owner's manual about that. So okay, we've got the motor connection all done. So now let's just jump over to the control wires. As I said before, you've got 2 banks of control wires. We're going to use this one right here. And let me bring down the sheet so you can see what that's all about. Just going to put some tape right there to just help hold them down for the moment. So as far as power goes, you can see that position 1 and 2 of this cable, 1 and 2 is the power. Number 1 is ground, number 2 is the voltage input, and you can see you can use 12 to 35 volt DC. This information comes right out of the manual that you can find online. I have a power supply I'm going to use, but I just wanted to let you know you don't have to do that. You can just use a standard brick like this. It's a laptop brick. This is a power supply often used with the various stepper controllers or DC controllers. It's 24 volts. This one happens to be 1.5 amp. It'll work fine. It's got a plug on it, and I'm just using a female plug here. The specs for this and the links on where to get these items will be listed in the description below on the video. So we'll plug that in and we should be good to go. As you can maybe see that the green light is on, so this motor is ready to go. So right out of the box you can make this thing run with some default speed settings without hooking it up to the computer at all. And the way you do that is, if you look here at this control sheet, the number 9 position, which in this case is the white wire, that's the ground. The next number 8 is run. This is a default speed that's in there at 37 RPM. You can see number 2 is the gray wire. So we will put those two together and the motor will start running. There you go. There is a direction control down here, number 4, which is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be the yellow wire. We can also ground that one out, and you can see we're changing direction now. So this comes right out of the box that way. Now there are 3 other speeds that are available, and the way you get to those is that you start off with the run wire right here, and then you add the one that, for which speed that you want. For instance, if I wanted to go at the number 4 speeds, that's 225 RPM, I will take the number 8 wire, which is the gray wire, right here, and the number 5 wire, which happens to be the green wire. We'll put those two together. Just going to twist these here. These wire connections are not near as critical as those over there, so I'm being a little loosey-goosey on it. So okay, and we start this up, and there we go. We've got a 225 RPM. Again, if you wanted to reverse direction, you would just add the yellow wire to it, and we would be good to go. So that is the minimum amount of work that you have to do to get this up and running. So if you get the pump in and you just want to make sure things are working before you go hooking up the computer, this is all you need to do. Now, in order to change these speeds, you will have to hook that up to the computer, and I will show you how to do that next.